Hello everyone, Danny Girl here with Stampin' the Pink Barn, coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. It has finally cooled off around here and it has been amazing. We have been dealing with some crazy winds that have been kicking up, but I'll take it because it's nice and cool. Definitely in the fall weather around here. And so that is always perfect. I love fall weather. I love the winter. I do miss the snow, but we are going on vacation the first week of December, and we are going to be heading up to Pine Top, Arizona, and we are going to be enjoying the snow there because they get quite a bit of snow. So we're going to go out, we're going to have snowball fights, we're going to build a snowman, we're just going to have a good time up there, kind of just relax, get away from the hustle and bustle of being, here and doing everything that we do on a daily, and just going up there and enjoying, just being away from home. Hello, Becky. Hello, Frida. Welcome, you guys. So as you see, I have changed my timing. We are an hour earlier. I'm going to see how this works. It's still dark outside, but I think going at 7 o'clock my time was just a little bit too late because then that runs me into 9 o'clock my time. And then since my husband gets up at 2 o'clock in the morning, by the time I get back over to my house, he's in bed and he's just dragging because he should already be in bed well before then. But since he watches our daughter, he has to kind of be up with her. So I've decided that, okay, I'm going to try it a little bit earlier. If this is still a little bit too late, I might actually even go an hour earlier where I would be doing it at 5 o'clock my time. That would be 4 o'clock Pacific and so on and so on. So we'll just see how this works because I do know that there are quite a few of my Eastern Coast friends that watch, and it is awfully late for them since they're 2 hours different time than I am. So I would like for everybody to be able to come in here and interact and not have it be such a, tiring burden on people. So we're going to try this and see how it works. I know it's going to throw a lot of people off at first since I am going an hour earlier. And a lot of the time people don't see the time change on the event that I post. So when they see me live, they're like, wait a minute, what is going on here? So just to inform everybody, that's what I have decided to do. Hello, Kay. So that's why you're seeing me an hour earlier. So for now, this is going to be my steady time. And like I said, if this still seems to be a little too late, I might actually bump it even an hour earlier. So, but we're going to stay here for a while and hope that this gets everybody enough adjustment that they can come in and join. So that being said, so I hope you guys all saw that starting tomorrow, we have our last chance and our carryover list coming out. That is for the holiday mini catalog. This is going to be retiring in the beginning of June. So there are quite a few items in here that are going to be discounted starting tomorrow. You can get your hands on those. And just a kind of word of note, you're not going to want to wait on those items. Hello, Karen. You're not going to want to wait when you go to order those because they are as supplies last. So just know that some of those things, as soon as they run out, they will not be ordering them again. You can save up to 60% on some of the items in there. Now, if you are a part of my private group, which is Pink Barn Stampers group here on Facebook, there is a PDF that you can print off from there and have that list and kind of go through it and make yourself a little list of the things that you would like to place an order with. Also, if you go to my blog, you can find it there as well. I did add the carryover list onto the blog. I don't think I added it onto the Facebook page, but just know that you'll always find everything over on my blog if you're looking for different promotions and that kind of stuff. There's actually a categories on the right hand side. And if you go down to promotions, that's where you're going to see all the newest promotions that we have currently available. Hello, Marcia. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Courtney. So that I wanted to make sure that I shared with you. Thank you, Kay, for sharing my video. You are a doll. And thank you, Marcia, for sharing. So I wanted to make sure you guys all are able to grab that and download it, print it, whatever you need to do with it, and then mark the things that you want. I did see that there was a couple of things, I believe, that are at the 60% off deal, and I believe it's actually a stamp set that I saw on there. I haven't had a chance today to quite go completely through this list. It looks like the Precocious Pine Cones photopolymer stamp set is 60% off. We've got the, what is this? The Year to Celebrate photopolymer stamp is 40% off. So just make sure you look at that list. I do know that this list is extremely tiny, and if you have old eyes like myself, it is quite hard to read. My advice is when you're reading the list and you have it, either grab yourself a ruler or another piece of paper to make sure that you run that across there when you are looking for your item numbers, so you don't misinput something when you're going to place your order. Trust me, I've done it. Because these lines are so tiny and very hard to see. If you don't have your readers on, I mean, if you have good, strong eyes, hallelujah. But me and my old self, I have a hard time reading this. It's little, but I just wanted to make sure I got it out for you guys. And it takes me a while to have to try, because I'm not super tech savvy, to have to go in here and zoom in and make this thing larger. It's kind of a daunting task for somebody like me. Now, if you're tech savvy, you might be able to go in there and just boom, whip it out and make this thing on a larger note, and that's great. So just know that you're going to want to watch your carryover list, because there are some things that there will have dots next to it, meaning that it will be no longer as a bundle, but it will still be available in the upcoming catalog. So just make sure you're watching that. At the bottom of the paper, it'll tell you what each one of the asterisks and the dots mean down here. So kind of just run through those and see what it is. Do remember that when your order is $35 or more, and you use my current host code, which is again on my blog, and it's also when I flip you guys around, you'll see it sitting in front of me. I do have a new host code. Hello, Miss Ria. Hello, Len. That you guys can get in on my weekly kit class. So every week, I do Make It Monday, and with Make It Monday, I always make 3 cards from one specific set that we have, and that way it is really cool, because then I will send you, once you place your order of $35 or more and use my host code, you must use that host code, I will send you the envelopes and the cardstock and the designer series paper and the things that you need to create those cards. Now, you must know, you will need the stamp set that I am using, but just a little note in there, you don't always have to have the same stamp set that I have. I mean, it's not a, stamped in, confirmation that you have to have that. But in order to make the exact cards that I'm making, you're going to want the stamp set that I'm using. So just know that I will never send anything that is stamped, because that is against my Stampin' Up! Policies. I cannot ever send stamped images. So I will die cut all the die cuts for it and all that kind of stuff. So you will have those, and then you can put your cards together. All you're really going to need is, like I said, the stamp set, and you're going to need your glue and maybe a paper trimmer. So just to let you guys know that. So I know I have so many people who love my kits and rant and rave about them, and just love the fact that I offer that, because I do know, myself included, it is one of those things that when I sit down to make a card, wouldn't it just be nice if everything was just cut and already ready for me? And then all I have to do is read a handy dandy little project sheet that has the step-by-step tutorial on how to put that card together. That is what I send you. I send you all the cardstock, and then I send you the photos included on the project sheets for you to make the cards that I am making for the week. So depending on when you place your order, if you place your order from Monday through Friday, that's the week of the cards that you're going to get. I will mail them the following Sunday to you. So just know that. Hello, Vicki. Okay, so I have got some really fun things to show you that I have gotten in the mail for my birthday, and little gifts made from paper crafting that I absolutely love. This week, I have really been working hard on, you know, I did play the beginning of the week because it was my birthday the following Friday. Then we sold our house. Woohoo! Our house, we went and we signed all the papers, and that is now done, and it belongs to the new owners, and I hope they enjoy it as much as we did. We did have a, you know, it was a decently nice house, don't get me wrong. And so, but we are very happy where we're at now. But it's nice to have that be done and over with, and not worrying about it sitting there empty, and, you know, God knows the things that can go wrong. So it's just good that it is now somebody else's and they can enjoy it. But so we've had fun, you know, paying all of our bills. That was, oh my gosh, you have no idea like how nice it is that once we got the money from the sale of our house, my husband sat down and paid all of our bills, and we didn't have much, but nonetheless we had bills. Who doesn't? And he paid off my car, so that's so nice. We are actually looking at a couple of cruises, some ship cruises. We are also looking at, you know, we've kind of had a different thought process since we've kind of been talking about the whole traveling thing. Hello, Denise. I was talking with my parents, and because we can't be on the road, you know, 8 months out of the year, I was kind of pondering, you know, in my mind that I do, because I'm a female and my mind is just forever wandering because it's just the way it is. I was sitting there thinking, okay, if we were to buy an RV, whether it be a pull trailer or a motor home, you know, honestly, you have to think that, okay, not only do you buy the vehicle, but then you have to pay insurance, you have to pay the registration on it, you have to pay to winterize it every year. And not that, you know, it's crazy winter down here, but nonetheless, you still have to take care of things. You have all the maintenance that you have to take care of. And you have to think, how often are we going to actually be able to use it? So that meaning, like, I'm not going to be in an RV for 6 months out of the year. That's not going to happen. That's just not practical. So we kind of decided, well, we're kind of still deciding. We're still kind of in limbo. My husband's still looking at trucks because he definitely needs a new vehicle. The Suburban that we have is a 2007. Don't get me wrong, the thing still runs amazing, but it's a gas beast, number one, because it's a 4-wheel drive. And we like having it for that backup vehicle, but he needs something new to drive back and forth to work. So he's still going to be getting himself a new vehicle. Hello, Sheila. Thank you so much for sharing. And so we kind of were talking with my parents about it, and they were like, hey, have you guys ever thought, like, maybe when you guys go traveling, what about just renting an RV? I was like, huh, you know, I've never really thought about that. I know it's a thing, don't get me wrong. I knew, but I never really like thought about that as an option. Like, I thought I wanted something as my own, but going back to what I was saying about all the expenses that are included in that is that you also have to realize I live in the desert, and this heat in this desert ruins vehicles. It just does. I mean, it's very, very hard, the heat that we get here beating down on any of your vehicles. Two, included in that, we have little pack rat mice thing that run everywhere. No matter what you do, you cannot keep them from eating wires in your car. Now, we don't have them in our homes because we make sure that we throw mothballs and that kind of stuff underneath our home so we don't have problems in the house. But when it comes to leaving a vehicle sitting outside, even my mom drives her car all the time, and it hardly ever like just sits for a long period of time. She has this mouse that goes inside of her car, and it eats one of the wires in her car. Oh, her power steering thing. It will eat the power steering wire out of her car, and then she has to take it to the dealership and they have to replace it. Number one, I didn't know that power steering was a wire, but of course her bougie car has a power steering wire that a mouse can chew through. I'm like, wait a minute. No, it doesn't, Mom. Power steering is fluid, not on her car. No, it's a cord, it's a wire or something. So I think that's what it was that it's been chewing through. But I do know that she's had to replace it a couple of times now. But one day she decided to catch this mouse in the process. So what she did was she stuck one of those sticky trap things in her car because she kept seeing little mouse poops. And so she knew it was active in her vehicle. And she's like, I just left. I just got back. How is this thing going in my car? Well, she caught it. And, you know, they disposed of it and whatever. But that short of amount of time, this thing was already going in there and wreaking havoc. So I can only imagine if we were to have an RV sitting out there for any length of time. So as you have it sitting there, we would have to make sure that we completely stripped it every time it was parked for any length of time so they get in there. Exactly, Frida. It's expensive, you know. So we were thinking, I've done some research on renting an RV, and maybe that's what you're saying is expensive, is renting an RV. They are expensive, but when you really break it down, it's no more expensive than what it is to stay the night in a hotel. We were looking at a couple of pull trailers that you can rent here, and they were like $65 a night. Okay, well, it costs more than that to rent a hotel room. Because I asked my husband, I go, what does it cost? Because he travels and flies and sees his family and stuff. He's stayed at hotels, and he goes, it's between $100 and $200 a night to stay at a hotel. So I said, okay. I said, so let's look and see what it would be to rent a trailer, or if we were to rent a motorhome. Motorhomes are more expensive because clearly there's a motor on it and there's more, you know, into it. You know, they're around, like, the ones that I was looking at were anywhere between $125 and $180 a night. Okay, that's doable when you really think about how often you're in a vehicle like that, and for what we would have to pay every month for registration, because even if we're not on the road, we would still have to pay for registration. We would still have to pay for insurance on it, even if it's sitting in our yard. So it's things that we are trying to, so if you guys have like any information that you can like feed me, send me a message and let me know, like, hey, you're looking way too deep here. Just go buy yourself a darn RV. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just kind of picking people's brains and seeing if they've ever gone this route, and was it in fact worth it, or was it better to just buy the RV and pay the cost of having that? So you guys let me know. Okay, we are going to get flipped around here. We are going to go over a few things. There's not much going on. I already went over the last chance and let you guys know that with any of your purchases this week, you're going to earn this beautiful card kit with me. And we are using tonight, or this week, I have decided to feature the Celebrate the Miracle. Beautiful, beautiful set. If you know anybody who celebrates Hanukkah and you always like to have those cards sitting around, or you like to give cards that way, this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stamp set to have. Now, normally I don't have stamp sets that sit around because I just move on to the next thing. But I will tell you guys that this will be a stamp set that I will keep in my collection for very many years to come, just because there's so much versatility to it, number one, and you can do so many beautiful things with it. So let me get you guys flipped around, and we will get into this. And we've got some giveaways to do as well. So hold on. Oh, geez, I got to find the flip around button. I tell you what, Facebook likes to mess with me, and come on, thing. Move things around periodically and throw me for a curveball. And that is what happens quite a bit. And I know I'm off frame because this new phone that I have, it's goofy and it catches, hold on, it's messing with my volume. Hopefully you guys didn't lose me there for a minute. So hopefully that works like that. Let me move this over just a bit so we're not off screen. And of course, my other device over here is not wanting to work. All right, so I think that will work for us tonight. Hopefully you guys can see everything there. Here is my new host code that I was just telling you guys about. It is 3GCWAWJD. When I first saw this host code come out, when I saw the W and the JD, I remember when I was in private school as a youngster, we always had little bracelets that said, "What would Jesus do?" And it was the letters that were spelled out. That's exactly what this reminded me of. What would Jesus do? So it's just kind of funny when I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I had a bracelet that kind of said something like that. Not quite exactly what it is, but you guys get the premise of where I'm going with that. Okay, the All the Best Paper Pumpkin. This is the current November Paper Pumpkin. The December Paper Pumpkin kit comes with all the pieces you need to make 9 handmade card detailed with yellow and blue gold foil. This kit also comes with an acetate box for you to store your finished cards and envelopes. You can gift the box of cards to a loved one, and they can gift the card to someone else. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Share your love of crafting with those around you using the All the Best Paper Pumpkin kit. Now, this month, they kind of gave us a little bit more information than just this. They actually gave us a little bit more detail about it. If you go over to my blog, stampinthepinkbarn.com, right here is where that is. If you go over there, you can actually go to the promotions button and it'll take you in there. Scroll down until you see All the Best and you can read more about this. It's going to give you 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and 9 coordinating envelopes, 1 acetate box to fit cards and envelopes from the kit, 1 Pebbled Path ink spot, 1 photopolymer stamp set, embellishments, specialty gold foil die cuts, and enough adhesive to finish the projects. Also, I want you guys to know, this is something that I do get asked quite a bit, that since there's not that much information on what is going to kind of come in your kit, people are hesitant about buying the paper pumpkin. I do want you to know that if you are never pleased with any Stampin' Up! Product, there is always the guarantee that is backed behind that. So if you go ahead and start your subscription of your paper pumpkin and you're just not happy with it, you can cancel your subscription at any time and you can call Stampin' Up! And tell them that you're shipping that other box back. You're just not happy with it and they'll refund you your money. Okay? Just so you guys know that. Also, we had mystery stamping on Wednesday of this last week. We made this beautiful card. You can see all about this over on my blog as well, under the mystery stamping in the categories there. This is the layout that we created. This is a little pocket card, super fun and cute. This is the one that I created. You still have until Wednesday of this week to enter your card that you create over at Pink Barn Stampers group. That is my private group. You can enter your finished card using this layout. You can see the replay of this video either on YouTube or you can see it here on Facebook. That you can recreate this card using whatever paper that you have. The requirements are that you must use the same layout that I have created for you guys here. And then on Wednesday, I will do a drawing for everybody who submits their card over on Pink Barn Stampers under the photo of this completed card. And I will draw from one of you lucky people who've put your card on there in the comments. You will receive the adhesive backed stars. So these are super fun for if you're still in the middle of making your holiday cards. You can use these on those and they're iridescent and they're just beautiful and go with quite a few colors. Oh my gosh. So I was telling you guys that we had fun the beginning of the week, and then the rest of the week I have been like a mad woman. I have been making gifts for all of my customers so I can send those out to them for Christmas presents and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to come on here probably, I'm not sure if it's going to be the middle of next week sometime or maybe the end of this week. I will come on and I'm going to show you guys what I have been making because I really think they're worth you guys all seeing because they make fabulous gifts. And just know it's one of those gifts that you can use over and over and over again. So keep watch for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it as a live or if I'm just going to pre-record it and then throw it up for you guys, because then you guys can watch it whenever you want to and you can rewind it and get all the dimensions, all that fun stuff. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Barb. Hello, Anna. Welcome. Got my coffee here. My mom made me some coffee because I was like, I'm feeling like I'm needing coffee tonight. So just so you guys know that you still have time to get your card submitted. For that, let me put all my papers away here, get those out of the way. Okay, let me show you the fun stuff that I have received. Where am I going here? Okay, so the first card, and not all of these are for my birthday. Some came for Thanksgiving as well. This one came from Anna Rebadoo. This is absolutely stunning. Love this paper. This is at All About Autumn. This was actually, was it last month's? I did this as my PDF class, which is still available. Isn't this beautiful? Very, very beautiful, Anna. And so I like that she leaves it blank in the inside, and then I can gift this card to a family member or friend. But so, so gorgeous. Okay, so that is the first one that came. And then I got this for my birthday. This came from Miss Denise. Denise made this beautiful little gnome card. Look how cute this is. Now, look at these little gnomes. Now watch. This is one of those little pop-up cards that you can sit on your desk and just see the dimension in that. This is a really, really fun fold. Now she popped up this little gnome in here, so that can just tuck right behind there. And it just adds a really neat effect to your cards. I really think that is just adorable. Thank you so much, Denise. Oh, so cute, fun and festive. Then I got this one here. This is from, let me get this out of the envelope here. This is from Cheryl Merzenik. This one here, look at that beautiful paper. I love this Blackberry Bliss color, just gorgeous. She sent that one for my birthday. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Okay, Then Miss Frida always goes so personal with her cards and decks it all out for the likes of the person she's giving her cards out to. So look what she did here. Of course, my pink barn with the little red truck. I mean, she could not have nailed me better than this card right here. I collect the little red trucks. I want and need a pink barn. It needs to be in my life. Me and my husband were actually just talking about that he found, I think it's through like Tough Shed or one of those, he found a Tough Shed that looks like a barn. And he goes, well, all we'd have to do is just paint it pink. And I go, oh my gosh, I fell in love with you all over again. So he was just being funny, but he really would. He is that kind of guy that he would 100% get me my pink barn. So yeah, she did that. And when I opened that, I thought, oh my gosh. And then look at all the rhinestones on here. Wow. So cool. So I've had all these cards sitting up on my mantle and I always walk by that and I'm like, yep, that is my pink barn right there. And then Miss Rhea came over and hand delivered my birthday present. Now, this is just wonderful. Yes, the barn doors, I forgot to show you guys that. The barn doors do open. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Oh, just so neat. So Rhea came over and hand delivered me. She gave me this and she gave me this and handed me, I think this was actually tucked inside of one of these, but I've taken it all apart and messed with it and set it all up on my desk. So she had this card tucked inside of here. So beautiful. This was one of her swap cards that she made. Absolutely stunning. And then she handed, when I opened this up, I have something else in here that she made that I'm going to show you in just a minute. But she made this it's in a little easel and it holds a sticky note in here with a pin and then has this beautiful flower on the front. So I think one of these days I'm going to show you guys how to make these as well because they make really great gifts also. So there's that. And then she told me, she goes, you know what? You need to look at this. So on my team, when you join my team, we have a team meeting every month. Rhea actually featured this card fold or this little packaging in her demo that she did for our team so she could teach everybody how to create this. And I'm so thankful she did. She also showed this holds your little note cards. So it folds like this. Isn't this so pretty on the front of this? Now, let me show you. This folds like this so you can tuck your little note cards and your envelopes inside of there. Super fun. And then when you fold this, not only do you have the two pockets in the inside here, but you have a pocket on the outside and you have a pocket on the outside. She also showed how to create this. So this is super fun. And what a great idea that could slide right inside of this little pocket. This is made with a 12 by 12 sheet. And I don't know how to do it at the moment. I did watch her demonstration and she did give me one that she didn't put the Velcro on and she didn't adhere down. So I can now use this as a template to show you guys how to make this. It is quite simple the way that it's made. This little flap here tucks inside and holds that closed. So I'm gonna have to show you guys how to make this too, because this makes a great little gift holder as well. And it's all personal because you've created it for that person and you've put your time and your love into that. So this was inside of there. She also created this little cute note card from this. Okay. And then for my birthday card, she showed this beautiful, beautiful, oh my gosh, look at that. And of course, it's pink and gold. So how could she not go wrong with giving me a card that's so blingy and pink and just beautiful? Oh, love this. Again, a really cool card that I think I'm going to have to figure out how to make it as well. I know she said that she can send me the dimensions on how to make this, but it's really kind of simple if you look at it. She was showing me kind of how it goes. You kind of just have this little accordion fold on the back and you cut this down in the different kind of measurements. And then the way that it sits, it's like just a tiered little fun fold. So I think that might be fun to show you guys how to make that as well. I need to scoot over because I'm showing everything over here and I'm off screen. I'm used to being center in the desk, but since this holder is being weird today. So wanted to show you guys all the goodies that I got for my birthday and Thanksgiving. And then one more thing to show you. As I was saying, that when you are on a team as amazing as mine is, when you, I shouldn't show their address. When you join the team, like I said, we have a team meeting. And just for attending our team meetings, everybody's names gets thrown into a hat, pretty much, for door prizes. So for the door prize, I was actually one of the people that she had picked. And Miss Kelly Atchison is my team leader. And so I got this beautiful pink package today, and it had the scalloped gift boxes in it. These are gift card holders. And then a little personalized pin that says Stamp Happy Academy. Now, what is Stamp Happy Academy, you might be asking? Stamp Happy Academy is put on by 3 of our top demonstrators, Miss Dina Rico, Barb, Mulliken, and Kelly Atchison. And when you join my team, you get a free membership to Stamp Happy Academy. It's where they share all of their class PDFs with all of their, downline team members. So just to let you guys know, but isn't that cute? They sent me a pin in with this with our Stamp Happy Academy on there. So I thought that was really, really fun. And I'm telling you, I get these packages probably, at least every other month because of joining our team. She sends out a ton of door prizes, and it just blows me away what she spends in shipping and everything. But, she wouldn't be where she was if she didn't have all of us, below her. So that is what I got in the mail this week. We are going to do the giveaways. Hello, Linda. Hello, Peggy. So this week, well, it was actually the following week since I took this last Monday off, we created the St. Nicholas cards, because I wanted to feature some more cards because of the fact that this was my, is my November PDF class. I am featuring the St. Nicholas stamp set and designer series paper. Yes, our team is amazing, right, Rhea? Absolutely. Rhea knows she's on my team. And so for these cards, we are going to be giving these away. So for liking last week's video, I am going to be giving this beautiful card away here. This is where we use that fractured layout. This one is going to be going to Miss Nancy Basham Olson. Now, Nancy, if you're watching, I do know that you sent me an email, I believe it was, telling me that you were at a different address. If you can send me another message and just confirm what address that you're still at, because I know it said that you would be there till December, but I just want to make sure you're still at that address before I throw this in the mail for you. So isn't that beautiful? That was one of the cards that we made. All right. The next card was this one here. There's the inside of that. This is just kind of distressing a little tag and adding that Santa to it. This one is going to go to Marcia Lynn. Marcia, I know you're on here. This is going to go to you for commenting on last week's video. So congratulations. Now, for sharing my videos. So if you share this video, come back in here and make sure you comment and tell me that you've shared it, because that's how I enter everybody's name into a drawing. So for sharing last week's video, Miss Patty Rutledge, I am going to send you a pack of this so ombre designer series paper. So pretty. And look how that ombre really goes across there. So this is going to be coming to you, Miss Patty. So congratulations, all you guys. Thank you so much for helping share and comment and like my videos. It helps me so much. All right. So let me get the cards out that we're going to be using today. I do need to grab the, I forgot to grab the rhinestones that I need. So let me come over here and grab those really quick. Here they are. Okay. So let me get these out. So the way that your kit will come to you when you place an order with me this week of $35 or more and you use my current host code, you're going to get a kit that looks like this. It will have all your papers inside of envelopes for you. So then you know what card will go with your base and then all your little pieces that you're going to need for your individual cards. Okay? So these are the 3 cards we are going to be making. I think these just turned out so beautiful. Now my son, he celebrates Hanukkah and we light the menorah and do all that stuff. We as a family still celebrate Christmas, but for him, we always do something a little bit special for him since that's kind of what he's been kind of just practicing and learning about different religions and all that kind of stuff. And so I thought I need to create a Christmas card or a Hanukkah card for him. So I was going through these and he was like, oh my gosh, Mom, those are so amazing. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I was thinking of you. And he was like, oh, really? And I go, yes, really. I said, I don't send too many Hanukkah cards out, but I like to have it available when needed. And I said, and of course you come to mind when I'm making these cards because, you're my Hanukkah guy. So he was just like, he goes, oh, wow, those are so cool. So we are going to make these cards. So let me get these out of the way and set aside so we can get into this. Yours will also come with the envelopes, just so you know that I don't forget that. And so you can make sure you'll be able to mail your cards right out to your recipients. Why is hello, Lisa. Welcome. So for this first card, I am going to be using, this is Night of Navy. And as you can see, Night of Navy was a very favored color with the Hanukkah cards that I created. It's kind of that blue color that you really kind of associate with, Hanukkah. So my base is Night of Navy. We are going to fold this in half. If my hands will cooperate with me, I swear I take a week off and everything is just like, I don't know what to do. Okay, so there is my base. I'm also going to be using a piece of lemon lolly and of course, my stylish shape dies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I think this is the 4th circle from the largest, and I'm going to run this through. And when I do, I'm going to get my circle. Again, this is the 5th. So it's the 5th from the smallest, 2nd from the largest of the circles from those. Then I need a piece. This is that beautiful paper. This is called here it is. This is the holographic trio. So this paper is amazing. So many different colors that are in this paper. You get 2 of the solid, you get 2, these are 12 by 12s. You get 2 of the 12 by 12 that has kind of this design on it. And then you get 2 of the 12 by 12. This is almost like a pinkish. It reminds me of Berry Burst. But then when you move this around, this paper changes to purples and greens and all the different colors. Beautiful, beautiful paper to add a great accent to your card. So this layer here is using the texture, or not textured, but the one that has a design on it. And then I have a piece of white. Now, remember, all the dimensions to these cards will be over on my blog tomorrow morning. So I'm also going to be using the Distressed Tiled 3D embossing folder, and I'm going to actually emboss this beautiful holographic paper here. So I'm just going to lay that in there, and because this is 3D, I need to remember that I'm going to be using my specialty plate on this, and I also need to remember that I'm always going to run my hinge side in first. Okay, so here's that. Look at that. Oh, I swear, as if it wasn't beautiful enough on its own, you run it through an embossing folder and it's like, ooh la la, it just adds so much to it. Okay, so now we're going to take this. This is a 3 1/4 by 5, so it's going to be quite a bit of the blue as your border that you're going to see around that. But I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. Now I'm going to go kind of heavy on the glue because of the fact that we just embossed this and we've got some upper and lower parts to our paper. So I really want to make sure that gets a good adhesion to my cardstock here. And I will make sure that your paper, when your card kit comes to you, it will be already embossed, because I understand that not everybody has this embossed folder. I didn't even show you guys the set that I was using. I talked all about it, but didn't even show it. This is the Celebrate the Miracle. So you've got your little dreidels in there. You've got the coins. You've got a couple Star of Davids. You've got the menorahs here. And then you've got quite a variety of some neat sentiments in here. Sending love and light. Celebrate the Miracle. You've got Hanukkah and not sure what that one is, but okay. And then we've got spin, so you can spin your little dreidels. So it's just a very, very neat way. I like the way that they kept all 3 parts of the menorah separated. And you'll see why, because I wind up doing some embossing with some different layers of this, and it really kind of just dresses it up. So there is that. Let me grab... I need my sheet here to stamp on. Okay, so that is going to get set aside. We are then going to come in here, bringing that circle. I'm going to grab, minus the hair that's on there, I'm going to mount this, the bottom part of the menorah, the little candle holder part. And I am going to stamp this in Night of Navy. I think I need to refill my Night of Navy. Look at that. And of course I stick my finger right in it, right off the bat. Yep, I think that needs to be refilled, but it's good for right now. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up the bottom candle part to the circle and get that kind of right in the center of that circle, that both of my sides are kind of have the same width in between them. And I'm going to let that sit there for a minute, because since this is not white cardstock, The ink takes a few minutes more to absorb into a colored cardstock because it's just a little bit more porous than our regular Whisper, or it's not Whisper White, geez Louise, basic white paper. Gee, that just aged me right there, right? Calling it Whisper White. That's back in the day. So when we pull that off, we have a beautiful portion of that candle stick on there. Then what I want to do is I'm also going to use this piece here, but I'm going to do my sentiment first. I'm going to use the Hanukkah. That will then show me where my placement's going to be when, if I can get this off my hand, when I go to stamp that candle holder again. So I'm going to do this again in Night of Navy. Okay, and this is going to go just right on the bottom here. And that we don't have to hold quite as long because it really adheres into our white paper. We're going to need that out again. Now what I want to do is I want to kind of just set this on here so I make sure I don't stamp too high, because obviously I need to make sure this is going to line up with the bottom. So as long as I know that the bottom can be right above the Hanukkah, we're going to be all good. And I'm not re-inking the top portion because I don't need to. It does still have some ink on there, and it's going to put ink on here, but nobody's going to see that because that circle's going to be down. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this, kind of watching the sides of my paper to just get, I more or less want this stand, but I'm not going to clean this stamp off twice. We can just go like that. Okay, just like so. And see, that's going to be light. But like I said, it's going to get covered, so it doesn't matter. Okay, that's going to go just like that. And then you can line up this little bulb here on the bottom with the bottom of your little candlestick. So that's going to go there. But before we do all that, I'm going to set that aside. That needs to dry. So what I advise you do is make sure, and I of course forgot mine. I need to grab the, where is it? I need to grab the embossing buddy because you definitely need the powder to block out any of, if this ink is wet at all, you don't want any of that to hold on to any of your embossing powder. So I would say let that dry for a substantial amount of time. I'm going to go ahead and just do it because I need to, because we're on a time crunch here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of really pat some of that powder on there, brush off all the excess, but make sure I do leave quite a bit of that powder on there. Kind of just run my hand over the top part where I know I'm going to be stamping the, the candlesticks now. So I'm going to clean this now because I need my block. Okay, and then you have a row of your little candlesticks. And those sit perfectly right on that. So now I'm going to need Versamark since we're going to be doing some silver, some of our silver embossing powder. So I'm just going to bring these and stamp these right above those candlesticks. Okay, and then now grab my powder here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put that in there one more time, make sure that's powder's nice and adhered, which it is. So then now I'm going to put the lid on this, set that aside, and then we're gonna bring in the heat tool. And I have found using different companies' embossing powders, they are just not equal to Stampin' Up's embossing powder. I have yet to find a off-brand embossing powder that actually melts as nicely as Stampin' Up's does. So just to let you know, sometimes you pay for that quality, and it's definitely shows in this embossing powder. Okay, so there is that. I do not need to stamp the little or the flames, because I'm going to actually put some rhinestones on there. So let me adhere this down. So the nice thing about having this here is it is a guide to actually putting your circle on there and putting it on straight, because all that's going to line up. Okay, like so. Then I'm going to be using the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. So in the kits for the week, I do not include any of the embellishments. I will include your ribbon, though, on the card that I use the ribbon for. Ribbon can lay flat. These just get too hard to mail, and it just doesn't work out quite right. Okay, so I'm going to just start grabbing these smaller rhinestones and start just adding them right to the top of the flames. Oops, that one doesn't even have any adhesive on it. Okay, I'm gonna grab one of the big ones. We're gonna put the big one on that top flame there. And this is why I was saying we don't need flames, because these little rhinestones look like flames themselves because they're so sparkly and beautiful. Just like so. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pop this up and put that right on the front of that card, and voila. We have a beautiful, not too difficult Hanukkah card. And then that leaves enough of that holographic paper to just make the background really shimmer and shine, especially with those rhinestones there. It is just so beautiful on that card. Let's put an inside to this card. So I think on the inside here, oh, did somebody say something about me starting? Oh, Peggy, yes, I have decided to start an hour earlier just because of the fact that it was just running way too late for a lot of people, including myself. I was finding myself, if I started at 7 my time, I was you know, already ready for bed before I even started. So I realized, no, I'm going to go an hour earlier now and hope that that works, especially for the Eastern time folks who, you know, always have to leave in the middle because it just gets so late for them. Okay, I'm going to put a little Star of David here. And then I think I'm going to add that sentiment that says, sending love and light. I'm going to take that thing off because that's going to make me nuts having to hear that thing crinkling all around. I know you guys don't want to hear it. Okay, sending love and light. And again, I'm going to do this in my Night of Navy. Yeah, exactly, Peggy. And you're even, aren't you Central Time? Oh, you are Eastern Time. Okay, I wasn't quite sure if you were Central or Eastern. I don't know exactly where the cutoff is. And so, yeah, it just makes it extremely late for you guys. And so I bumped it up an hour. Now, this hour may not be enough. That later on, if we find out that it's still too late for everybody, I might actually bump it up to 5 o'clock my time. So we'll just see how it goes. We'll stay here for a while and then play around with it when we need to. I don't like going too early because then people aren't off of work. And so that runs into a whole thing. So, I mean, it's hard to try to accommodate everybody, but I try. And because we've got all these different time zones, it's not like I'm just one time for everybody. No, it's, you know, different times all across the board. Okay, so we're going to place this in there. Got a lot of blue going on the inside of this card. Okay, there is our beautiful card number 1 for our Hanukkah. So I hope you guys like that. Okay, so now we're going to go into card number 2. So card number 2 is again using that silver embossing powder, but this we're going to display a couple of the different Hanukkah traditions that, you know, a lot of the Jewish people celebrate. So we're going to kind of cover all of our bases on this one card. So let me grab that. Let me get some of this stuff moved out of the way. So our base is going to be 8.5 by 5.5. And I have scored this at 4 1/4 since this is a, oh, come on thing. Since this is a thick basic white. For some reason, I keep losing myself on my device over here. Okay, so there is my white base. Then I have, I believe this is boho blue. I don't know why I always get that so confused. Let me see. Where is it? Yes, I believe this is boho. Or is it not? Yeah, this is boho. Okay, so that is boho blue. That is just going to be my next layer. Then I've got a bunch of little squares here. So I've got 4 of my Night of Navy and then 4 of my basic white. My basic white ones are going to be the ones that I stamp on and do my embossing. So I'm just going to pull one out at a time so I can do the embossing on these. So I need my star. I need my coins. I'm going to need one of my dreidels, and since there's 2, you can pick which one works best. I need, okay, the dreidel, and what was the other one that I was gonna, oh, the little menorah. Okay, so there, we're all set. All right, let me grab my Versamark. And make sure we set these coins, yep, the right way. Okay, and I'm just gonna stamp that right in the center with that Versamark. Grab my tweezers and my powder. Now you might have a different way of doing your embossing. You might stamp everything first and then emboss all at once. If I try to do that, I would have a hot mess on my hands. So I'm just going to go like this, and I've got embossing powder all over my little tweezers here. So there is that. And I'm going to emboss this. Okay, just like that. Okay, there's one. Now we're gonna do this one here. I think this time, to be on the safe side, I'm gonna run that over that. I'm going to do the Star of David. Stamp that right in the center. For some reason, when I use my tweezers, the embossing powder gets stuck to wherever I have the tweezers at. I don't know why. Okay, there's that one. Let's do this one. And this one, we're going to do the dreidel. Okay, move that out of the way. Okay, and one more. See, my tweezers are getting gunk on there. Okay, we're going to do that one. And then now we're going to use the little menorah. Place that one in the center. Okay. One more here. All right, there we go. Let's move this. Move this. Bring all these in here. And glue these on here. I gotta find where. Well, I know she has one of those little adhesive remover things, but I don't know where it's at right now because there's a little gummy on here. Now this is only 1/8 of an inch smaller than our blue piece. So we're gonna go like that. Okay, there's one. Thank you, Patty, for sharing. Hello, Patty Klingsborn. I see Patty Rutledge and Patty Klingsborn. Both my Patties. Okay, there's that one. Okay, we're going to grab the star here. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So the month of November is the mailing selector. So what that means for you guys is if you are a current customer of mine, you are already going to get the upcoming spring mini catalog that is going to be coming out along with the celebrations brochure. You're going to already get those. Now, if you have not placed an order with me and you would like to receive one of those new catalogs, simply get a hold of me, or the best thing to do is just place an order and then I will get you added already into the mailing selector. That way, what is mailing selector? Mailing selector is where Stampin' Up! Does the hard work for me. So that means that they already have your information in there because you're a customer now. They will then do all the packaging and I pay for the catalogs to be shipped to my customers. And then that way they ship it right to you versus me ordering catalogs, having them come to my house, and then me having to package them all up and then me having to charge you guys for the shipping. It saves me immense amount of money having Stampin' Up! Just send it right to you. And not only does it save me money, but it saves a ton of time because instead of it having to go through all these different hands, it will then be shipped directly from their warehouse straight to your mailbox. So if you want to get a catalog and you want it earlier than having to wait for me to get it and then have to wait for me to distribute it to you, the best thing to do is make an order and that will add you to my mailing list. So then those catalogs will get to you. Now, I have to place my mailing order list by, I always do it a day early. So the cutoff date for you to get the catalog on the mailing selector would be November 29th because I place my order on the 29th to make sure that I don't have a glitch in the system or anything. Come the 30th, I don't want to be that person that gets caught with my pants down, if you know what I mean, and not be able to get that order sent in. So just to let you guys know, that's the best way to get your catalogs fast and straight from the horse's mouth, I guess you would say. It comes straight from Stampin' Up! Right to you. Okay, so we're going to adhere this right down. Now, I am going to do things a little bit different this time. I'm going to actually stamp the sentiment after I get my little squares adhered on here. I have to find the little gummy thing because that little smooch right there is going to drive me nuts. And so now I have to be on the hunt. I don't know where it is. And since she likes to move things on me all the time, you would think, ooh, look, it's sitting right here. I was just going to say, she's very, very organized. So I knew it had to be sitting with all the adhesive because, of course, all of her adhesive stuff would be all together because that would make her nuts if it wasn't. There we go. That's exactly what I needed. Okay, clean that up a little bit. And this one, from where those tweezers were sitting, there was some kind of gummy on those. Beautiful. Okay, clean those up quite well. All right. Oops, look, this one has a little piece too. Get that off of there. All right. I'm going to set these just like I did on the other card. So I'm going to place these first before I commit to my placement, just so I make sure, watching all of my lines to make sure that my center lines are have the same margin, and then my outside's gonna have the same margin as well. Because we're gonna put a bow up here, so I need to make sure I have enough gap up there to place that bow. I always have to think, where would Mom put that? Where would her brain think to put something? Because again, she is very organized. A lot more organized than I could ever be. I've got a mess constantly because I'm constantly, you know, doing this. I mean, I stamp and I just throw things. At the end of it all, I do clean up, but it seems like, what is the point though? I'm just going to turn around and make a mess again. But no, I have to start with a clean slate to begin with. But after that, there's no telling what can get lost. It's kind of like when a die goes missing, one of your dies out of your sets, if it goes missing, that's when you know your house is going to get cleaned, or at least your craft room, because you're going to flip everything upside down looking for that one die, because it'll drive you mad if you don't. Okay, I got to find the little rhinestones that I'm using for this. Or not rhinestones, these are called festive pearls. Oh, she always makes the best coffee too. That's really the only reason why I come over here, is so she can make me coffee. All right, let's grab, where did I put my stamp pad? It's that mom's touch. You know what I'm talking about. Like when, I can remember when my grandma used to bake, and it always seemed like grandma's baking was the best because, you know, grandma made it with love, and that's just the way it was. So it must be that same way when it comes to my mom making coffee. She must make the best coffee because it's just coming from her love. I know she's probably sitting in there right now going, oh my Lord, this lady. Okay, I'm going to do the Hanukkah, and then we're going to take the word happy and stick it right on top of there. She's probably thinking exactly what I tell my husband. My husband is very, he's kind of romantic, and he's, yes, it's called TLC touch. Absolutely. I always call my husband a sap, and I don't mean it in a bad way. He's kind of a sappy guy. He would love to be romantic, but then he has a wife who just, like, I don't make fun of him, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're so sappy. And he's like, I'm not sappy, I just love you. And I'm like, okay, well, you're being sappy. I don't mean that he is, but we give each other a hard time. That's our relationship. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this right below this square here. I'm going to make sure I have that pretty symmetrical in there and just go for it to get that right below. And I'm using the Night of Navy. So no, it's me and my husband have kind of a silly relationship. People think we're being mean to each other, but it's not. We're just kind of rude to each other, but it's all in love, not in a bad way. But I know from the outside, somebody would probably think that we are just like an awful, awful match, but we're really not. We've been together for, oh my gosh, 22 years we've been together. We've been married for 18 years. So I have had to definitely, because I'm a Scorpio, I'm very headstrong. I am a very like independent person, and it's very hard for me to take compliments. I don't take compliments well. So I know he means it all in sweetness and all that kind of stuff. And me and my girlfriend were just talking about this because we went out for my birthday, and she is a Scorpio as well. And her husband is just like my husband. It is so funny. We are all so much alike. And she has gone through this whole counseling program because she teaches counseling at a school. So we get in these conversations about, how her and I are so much alike in personality and everything. And we get together and we're talking, and when we start talking about our husbands, it's like, oh my gosh, we're both married to the same person. We're not, but you know what I'm saying? And so when she tells me, she's like, you know what? It's just one of those things, because as through learning to be a counselor, you learn different ways of reacting with people. And so she'll tell me, she's like, the other day I got mad at my husband because of blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about. I do the same thing. And she goes, but I had to stop in the middle of doing it and had to she had to like reassess her attitude about the way she was talking to him, because she was like, he didn't mean it the way that I was taking it. And I was just being a like insensitive, person, because sometimes we just get like that. And it's not because we're doing it to hurt them. It's just our defense. So it was just kind of funny because I was like, oh my gosh, I so do that same thing. And I go, then I feel bad afterwards. So she said, we were talking about how it's hard to take, because her husband wakes up every morning and he's like, good morning, beautiful. And she's like, ugh, yuck, But she said that, she doesn't tell him, good morning, handsome, because it would just be weird for like us to say that. So she was just explaining, she goes, but if he didn't do it, we'd be mad about it, And I said, I go, well, and that's the thing. If he stopped doing it, I would be like, oh my gosh, who's the other woman? And it's not that I mean it that way, but you know what I'm saying. So she's taught me that I have to be more accepting of those compliments, because I would hate them if they were gone and if something happened. So I've had to kind of look at myself and be like, okay, you know what? Stop being me. Just accept what you have. Okay, so I just made a bow. We're going to put that at the top. I used the bordered ribbon. This is the Night of Navy bordered ribbon. As you can see, it's kind of got the dark and the light ribbon there, but it goes really neat with these different blues. My bow kind of needs some help, but it is what it is. It's a bow. We're just going to go with it, because otherwise I'd be here all night long fiddling with this bow. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right in the center there. You just got the new catalog in the mail. Oh my word. I think you're the first person that I've heard that has gotten the new catalog. So lucky you, Frida. I have not heard of anybody else getting it because normally I see people posting pictures of holding their catalogs and whatnot. So that's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that they're going out. Yeah, I hope I get mine soon too. I love just, you know, having the new there's nothing like having the new catalog in your hands, because let me tell you, we did get the premiere order for us who joined and did the on stage online this year. And so I did, and I ordered all the premiere items that I could order. And I will be showing those at a later time because in November or in the beginning of December, we can order then everything from the new catalog. So I'll show everything at one time. But with that, when you're looking through a online PDF, it just doesn't do your catalog justice because it's a whole different sensation, a whole different, you know, thing about looking at a real live catalog, because there's probably a million things that I missed in the PDF online. Then when I get that catalog in my hands, it's going to be, oh, I think catalogs are mailed in alphabetical order. Well, good. If they go off of, well, I guess my first name and my last name are both pretty, you know, high up in the alphabet. I've got a D and a G. So depending on how they send it, I should be higher on the hog there. Okay, there is another super cute little Hanukkah card. Let's put Celebrate the Miracle in the inside of this. Now let me grab, I know she showed me where they are. Here it is, right here. I need to grab one of the longer blocks because this is a longer sentiment and it won't work on the blocks that I brought over with me. So let me grab this. And I'm gonna need this anyways for our next card. Okay, so I'm just gonna put Celebrate the Miracle right up there. Just like so. That's probably really crooked. Oh my goodness, it's not. Woo! That looked like it was gonna be really super crooked. Then I'm gonna take both of my little dreidels here and I'm going to stamp those right down here on the bottom. I'm gonna kind of make that one a little bit crooked. Perfect. Ugh, look at my hands now. This is what I get for messing with blues. It's almost as bad as reds. If not, maybe I think it might be worse. Because blues have that tinge of red in them. And then it's like once the blue starts going away, it'll start turning a little bit red. Okay, well, we're good. Okay, so there is our super cute with all of our different little elements there. And then Celebrate the Miracle in the inside of that. Isn't that cool? And then you really get to show off a lot of what's included in that stamp set. Okay, so let me move this stuff out of the way. This next card, we're going to be using Azure Afternoon. Isn't that like such a fancy word? Azure. Makes you sound kind of bougie. All right, I'm going to be needing my champagne rhinestones. Oops, why is the timer set on this? Nope. Then I'm going to grab my other parts for the card here. Now this one, we've got quite a few different fancy papers in this, some of our specialty papers. Okay, and I did order quite a bit more of this because we just had a really, really wonderful sale on inks and papers and all that. So I ordered quite a bit of this specialty paper that I was getting kind of low on that I've been using a lot of. So again, we have another card base that is Night of Navy. My next layer here is This is called the Rose Gold Specialty Paper. Now, with this, you get 3 different kinds. You get, let me just show you the different ones. You get the regular rose gold, which is what I'm going to use on this piece here. Then you get, like, again, that holographic kind of look, rose gold. Then you get like a brushed rose gold. Beautiful, beautiful paper for all your different cards that you can really, especially with coming up in that spring catalog. Because it's a spring catalog, you're going to see a lot of florals and things that these golds really, really go pretty with. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at this paper. Okay. That is going to be my next layer. Then I have a layer of white that's going to go right on top of that. And I know it's hard for you to cover up all that paper, but trust me, this card is beautiful and it's going to be okay. We're also going to need, this is called the, and I always slaughter this one. Now this I don't have much of, so I did order quite a few packs of this. This is called the Soft Shimmer Specialty Paper. This comes in your Night of Navy, and as you can see, I've used quite a bit of that because I have been making lots of blue cards. You have your Berry Burst. You've got Pretty Peacock. Now, this comes in the 12 by 12. You've got the Bubble Bath here, and then the Lost Lagoon. I almost said Soft Succulent, but Soft Succulent is no longer a color. This is called Lost Lagoon. And again, that is called Soft Shimmer. You will get a 12 by 12 of each one of those colors in that. So I have cut 3 of these. These are 1 inch by 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these on here, but we're going to kind of stagger just a little bit, just like, whoops, just like so. So we're going to have the 2 outside going higher, and then the middle one is going to go a little bit lower. Now, if you want to, you can absolutely flag the ends of these, and that would be really cool to do. I did use the holographic looking piece of that rose gold. That is going to go behind my sentiment. I have this little circle. Now, this is from a piece of basic white, and I have used the 1, 2, 3. I have used the 4th from smallest, 3rd from largest circle from the Stylish Shapes dies in that white. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the card that I was making. See, jumping the gun here. This is the card that we're going to be creating. Isn't that pretty? And this color is that Azure Afternoon. More than half of what I wanted was out of stock. I'm trying to think. When did I order? I think I placed my order the 2nd day because I knew I was already going to use this set and I knew I was going to be using a lot of this paper. So I think I did mine on the 2nd day, actually. Okay, so there is what we're going to be doing, that layout. We're going to stamp on this using the Azure. And I'm going to use that bigger star this time. I have to tell you guys, my son was kind of worried about me showing this set because he was like, because of what's going on in this world, he goes, Mom, he goes, I would hate somebody to think that you are, you know, going the wrong way with things. And I'm like, what? It's a card. And he goes, yeah, well, you know how people are. And I said, well, you know what? Then they can be the way that they want to be. I'm making these cards because I think they're beautiful. And if somebody wants to take it the wrong way, then I guess I can't stop them from doing that. But I'm going to make my beautiful cards, and that's just the way it's going to be. If somebody doesn't like it, they can just move on. That's how I feel about it. But like he said, he goes, yeah, Mom, you say that, but there's a lot of people who won't just move on, and they'll make it a thing. And I'm like, well, then I guess they're going to make it a thing then, because regardless of what I do, if somebody wants to make a thing, they're going to make a thing. My son's so protective, I swear. It's so funny. He's like, he's not a parent, but sometimes he acts like a parent. It's kind of cute. Okay, we are going to take, I have just a small piece here of the white. And I am just going to stamp that right in the center of that. Oops, I already made a boo-boo. I let that one in hit down. Ugh, stuck my finger in it again. Jeez, I am a hot mess tonight. Okay, watching my ends. This would probably be better to stamp and then cut, but I think I did okay. Oh, geez Louise. Woohoo! It worked. And so did sticking my finger in the ink. Ugh. I look like I was plucking Smurfs out of the forest. Okay, I'm going to clean these really quick. Not that you guys are here to watch me clean these stamps, but I'm going to do it before I make a tremendous mess on everything, because I'm already heading that way. All right, so there is that azure. Isn't that a pretty color? Exactly, you can't make everybody happy, and I would make myself a very miserable person if I tried. And I hate to say that because I am a people pleaser. Don't get me wrong. I don't like people being mad at me. I don't like people disliking me. And I think that's just human nature. But it's one of those things that, you know, you have to, at the end of the day, have to just feel like you're not doing anything wrong. And if I know that I'm not doing wrong, and if somebody else finds wrong in it, then you can't take somebody else's thoughts or actions and put them upon yourself. You know, if I was doing something wrong, that would be different, but you know, whatever. If I justify what I'm doing, then, because I don't go out hurting people. That's just not my thing. Ugh, I just got goop on there. Okay. Okay, that is now going to get adhered onto that part. Well, see, and maybe my son is so caring because I've probably instilled that in him, because I've always made a point to make sure that I always tell my kids that no matter what you do in life, as long as you lay your head down at night, knowing that you have not hurt someone and that you can lay down and not have a guilty conscience, then you have done right, you know. But if you go to bed and you feel sick about something because you know you've done something wrong, or that you've, you know, maybe hurt somebody and you didn't mean to, but if it's bothering you, just apologize. You know, there's not a bad thing for, you know, apologizing for something. And they may be like, oh my gosh, what are you apologizing for? You didn't do anything wrong. Yes, but if it made me uncomfortable to feel that I did wrong, I have to apologize just to make myself feel better. So maybe that is because I think we get away from having a conscience. And when I was younger, my mom always told me to have, or taught me to have a conscience. And I think that was extremely important. And I knew that that was something that I wanted to instill in my own kids. Okay, we're going to put that right there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that I am a perfect parent, because God only knows I'm not. I have definitely made my failures as a parent, but, you know, I try my best and, you know, just go from there and hope that, you know, it all works out at the end of the day, and they understand that as they get older and they start going through life, that they're not always going to make the right choices. And, you know, because as most of you guys know, I do have an older daughter who does not have any contact with us at all. And I've had to learn to just accept that and know that those are her choices, because I was not a bad person to my kids in any way, shape, or form. So if she wants to feel a certain way, then I cannot take responsibility for her feelings. And know that, you know, it just is what it is. Okay, so there is how I'm going to arrange those. Then I'm going to take my really pretty little piece here. We're going to put that on there. We're going to add our, look how pretty that is on that, just that light little shimmer from that blue. I didn't mean to go on like a tangent with you guys, so I hope you didn't feel like I was like oversharing my life, but I always tell you guys are my people. It's just the way it is. Okay, I'm going to place that right like so. Get that straight there. Okay, we're going to pop that up and put that right there. Before I peel those off, I'm going to actually adhere this on that piece. Okay, look at that with just that little bit of that popping up around it. Isn't that gorgeous? You really get to see those different colors come out of there. And especially with that blue, it really kind of grabs the blue in that paper. Okay, now I'm going to take the backing off of this and I'm going to have it just sit kind of on the bottom of this little circle. Just like so. All right, now we're going to grab, now I'm pretty sure the champagne rhinestones are retired, but I'm sure you probably have something similar to it or something that is gold, rose gold or something that can go with that. But I really felt that these champagne rhinestones really went well with this paper. I wish we still had them because as you can see, I'm kind of getting low on stock here. So, yeah. Okay, I'm going to add these to each one of the little white dots, the points that those two lines meet with this. Again, not that this card needs any more bling, but wow, does that really just take it to the next level with those rhinestones on there. As long as you do the best of your powers. Absolutely, Frida. That's what I have to think of it about is that, you know, there is no perfect parent, but as long as, you know, you can know it, you've tried your best, and when your best failed and you have to go back and apologize to your kids for things that you might have done because they weren't the best things. I mean, again, all of us have been there. We all understand. I'm pretty sure it's our lot in life to love everyone. I agree. Totally, Patty. And that's why I always make sure that, I don't ever go out of my way to hurt somebody. I don't. Now, I can be headstrong. I will say that. And I do stand up for myself. But I never want to walk away from something thinking that I made the situation worse when I could have just, you know, sometimes you just have to learn to just let things be. And even though you don't agree with it, sometimes just walking away and just having your own opinion is sometimes the best way to just be about it instead of, you know, escalating the situation. So 100%, yep, you just got to learn to love everybody and just know that everybody has their own rights and opinions, and that's the way it is. Okay, so there is our Celebrate the Miracle, and so let's put an innie in this. I need to cut my mom some more innies because look, all she has is very vanilla because I've used all of her white. So oh geez, is there no more white in here? So that means I owe her some white innies because I've used all of hers. Look, I thought there was the one left in here and there's not. So let me cut a white innie really quick. See, I'm even using her paper to do this, so. I always tell her, I owe you, I owe you, I use this. Okay, so I'm gonna move that out of the way and we're going to cut a couple of innies really quick. So what I do is I just take and I go to 5 1/4 and then do it again, 5 1/4, because I make my innies 5 1/4 by 4. Now you can either decide to keep this piece because as you can see on that card, I've just used a strip of this size. And so sometimes I throw those into a little piece for sentiments. And then I'm cutting these down to 4. And again, you're gonna have another strip over here. I will fair warn you though that you will wind up with 1,000,001 of these little strips, and sometimes you just have to learn to throw them away. I've about like outdone myself with those little strips because I find them everywhere. They fall out of my scraps and I'm like, all right, enough is enough. I'm getting a little carried away with keeping all of my scraps. Okay. So now, she's got a couple innies. I'll have to cut her some more, but at least for now, that's some in there. All right, so let's decide what we want to do inside of here. I think I might come back in with that little Star of David, and let's see what we want to put on the inside of there. I think I might do this Hanukkah again. Or whatever that is. I don't know what that word is. I'm not too savvy on the oh no, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna use that one, but if I don't even know how to pronounce it, then why am I gonna use it? That would be silly. I think I am going to use the other Hanukkah and the happy with that. Okay, I'm going to use again the azure, and I'm going to stamp this first right in the center. It's the same word? That's Hanukkah? Are you kidding me? Why is it spelled different then? Is it just to throw me for a curveball? I was kind of looking at it like it did have a lot of the same spelling, but I don't know. Okay, then I'm going to grab the little word happy right here. And we are going to put happy right here. Just like so. And then where did I put my little star? I thought I had it on a block right in front of me. Where, oh where? Oh, no, I did put it back. Okay, so let me grab this. And I think I'm gonna actually do it in Night of Navy. Oh, I'm glad that you like these cards. Yeah, when I made them, I sent a picture to my mom and I was like, what do you think of these? And she goes, oh my God, those are beautiful. I was like, all right, well then I'll make them for Monday. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. I love those two colors. Okay, so that is going to be our innie. Ew, did you see that big glue booger that came out of there? Yuck. Okay, there we go. Voila. there are, let me get all of our 3 cards from tonight. There are our 3 cards for tonight using the Celebrate the Miracle. This is an online exclusive stamp set. So if you go into my online store, shopdannygarola.com, and hit that online exclusives, you're going to find the Celebrate the Miracle in the online exclusives. So if you look through a catalog and you're like, oh my gosh, where is that set that she used? Well, you're not going to find it in any catalog. So that's why I say you're going to have to go into my store, shopdannygarola.com. There is going to be a categories list. And when you're in there, if you go to the online exclusives, you're going to see this beautiful set in here. And again, like I was saying, it is going to be one that I will hold dear and true to my heart and keep it in my stash, because we don't have any other Hanukkah cards and our Hanukkah sets that this is an amazing set to be able to just use year after year after year. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for sticking with me tonight. I hope this time change didn't mess with too many of you, and hope that it actually worked a little bit better for some of you guys. And go ahead and throw me up some of those likes, hearts, and share this video, and you will get entered into some of the giveaways. Some of you will win some of these cards that I have here. Another of you will win some kind of embellishment paper or something for sharing the video. All right, you guys, I can't wait to get these cut up for you guys. For those of you who place orders with me of $35 or more using my current host code, and you will get this week's kit in the mail from me. All right, you guys, have a happy Thanksgiving. And I have to let you guys know that I give thanks to every one of you guys for being a part of my Pink Barn Stampers group. And yes, please be safe, especially if you're traveling. And I will see you guys next Monday. All right, you guys, bye-bye.